So, anxiety generally manifests like a phobia to uncertainty. Okay, so it's the uncertainty that generally will really spark the anxiety underneath. And, once things are certain, it feels like the threat comes down. So, people with anxiety, heightened anxiety, will tend to create crisis to find certainty. And because of this, we tend to live in this very all or nothing thinking, very black or white thinking. And it feels almost impossible to get out of that when you're in the bout of anxiety. What happens in cognitive behavioral therapy is you learn how to think differently, right? You learn how to, with very specific exercises, you learn how to think in the gray. That's that 30 to 70% place where you want to be, the gray, not the all and not the none thinking, right? And so in order to do that, we really have to address what the core beliefs are behind the anxiety, what's driving the anxiety underneath, and then use specific tools to eradicate it. So what I find with most clients is by the third session, they've got enough tools that they can start doing this at home on their own. And as the anxiety comes up, they know how to just adjust and repivot. When we grow up as young children, we have coping mechanisms in life, and they're limited because we are kids. So we start working from our old outdated operating system, right? That Windows 97 operating system where all of our files are lined up to. And as kids, this is our default. This is just what we did to survive, right? It might have been to panic and hide. It might have been to freeze. It might have been to go into alert mode. It might have been to take care of everyone. It might have been to solve everything. It might have been to just work harder. It might have been to sacrifice ourselves. There's many ways that we have learned to adapt to our situations as we're growing up, because none of us have a perfect home and we always have to adapt to situations inside and outside of our home. As we're doing that in that old operating system, it acts like a default, right? So as we get older, we keep defaulting back to that old system. The problem is it's outdated. We're not 7-10 years old anymore, but we're still using the same coping mechanisms to sort of adjust and live in our lives fully. Where most people want to be is in the new operating system, the Mac 2023 operating system, where you're conscious and you have choice. Right? In this place, you're not defaulting. You can sort of go, okay, where am I at? And you're much more able to think in the gray area. So life gets a lot more easy. Now the issue is all of our files are wired back to the old system. So what we do in therapy is you learn to update those files so that you're living in the new system. And even as you update a couple of files, it starts to get a lot easier to live here, right? In the new current present operating system, where you're conscious and you have choice. And that is where life happens, right? Conscious and you have choice. And so if you're ready to change your thinking, then what I can tell you is you don't need to be suffering from anxiety. And it's really not that big of a process, After you learn these tools, you can go home and start to use them right away. So if you're struggling, you don't have to wait. There is a solution. I look forward to hearing from you if this is something you're really ready for. You can contact me via email or the form on my website here, or you can give me a call as well. And I wish you well with it, and I'm really excited to meet you. Bye for now.